What's going on, guys? It's another day. The 190E project still keeps going. I took out all the springs, I replaced them with new ones. Here are the old ones right here, as you can see. And then today I'm gonna work. Oh, and I also I installed that steering wheel in there. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, I'll show you later. So that's that. But today I have this. This is an extra differential that I picked up from Pick and Pull for the 190. And today we are gonna weld this sucker. So let's have some fun and let's get this going. First, using one of these 4 squares, these bolts right here, in order to remove the axle. I had a bit of trouble. 2 of the bolts got stripped even though I was using the right tools, so I ended up cutting them off. And after I slid out the whole axle, I just basically had those 2 studs. I put some heat on the studs, heated it up. Well, after I grabbed it with a vice grip like that, I grabbed a hammer and I hit the vice grip until that came loose, and now I got the diff. So the next step is to pop the rear cover off the diff, drain the fluid, clean it up with some brake fluid and, brake cleaner, sorry, not brake fluid, don't do that. Clean that guy up, and we're gonna get prepping for welding so we can weld it up and pop it in back in the car. Here we go. By the way, if anyone's wondering, this is how you know you have an open diff. See that? Look.
If I hold this with my foot, this one still turns. You see? I'm gonna put this camera down.
Put it somewhere where it's not gonna fall. Put a bucket and a towel. Take a 15. The idea is to lock these from turning so they'll always be locked. Then you can turn both with this. You want to heat it up before you weld it so that it'll help the metal bond together better. It's like a precautionary measure. It's a bit later now, and that's because I was searching the web, you could say, and I found a limited slip for sale for my E30. So I ended up going and picking that guy up. It's a 3.73 ratio, and it's for this guy, but that's a different time. So now I'm back to my 190E, to this guy, fully cooled off. There are the welds. I got some gear oil for it. What you want to do is you want to clean it out one more time before you put it all back together, because there might be some little shards from welding. The diff is all back together. Now I just gotta raise up the car, take out the diff from in the car, swap this one in. After that, we should be golden. I got the car lifted up. Let me go underneath and I'll go ahead and show you what we need to do over here. So we are at the back of the car, and this is the differential right here. Basically, we have to undo these 4 bolts right over here. And then we have to go over to each axle and remove these bolts right here. And these are special 4 square special type of sockets, so you have to make sure you don't strip these out, because if you do, it's not going to be fun. And then up here at the flex disc, we have 3 nuts and bolts that we have to undo, and as well as right here we got 1 big Allen that we also have to undo, and then she'll pop right out. Also, it looks like we're gonna have to loosen the exhaust. I'm just gonna take those guys out right there and drop it down, maybe even that amount right there, and then we'll be golden. So let's get her done. Sometimes, unfortunately, this is how it goes. I pulled this diff out and look at this. This guy is way bigger than this. And the mounting points are at different locations. So I can't even use this diff that I welded up. That's a bummer. But now that we got this diff out, we'll see what we can do while it's out. Guys, I called in early night last night because the differentials ended up being wrong. I know it sucks, it's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens, and you can't really tell if the differential is the same exact one until you've taken it out and you've actually looked at it. This differential, it came off the same model car and everything, but turns out that it's not the right one, so unfortunately we can't use it. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna start doing the same exact thing that I did to that one, to the one that I just took off. So I'm gonna clean it, open it up, get every fluid out of there, get everything out of there, drain it, clean it, weld it. This time I'm probably gonna plate it as well, then put it back together and pop it in the car, and hopefully we'll be good. So yeah, here we go. This one I'm gonna do it a bit differently. I'm gonna make it a little bit more safer, you could say. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a plate and I'm gonna add a plate inside the diff right over here, weld that in there, and weld it on the other side on the spider gears, so to make sure that this thing will never move ever. So here are the 2 plates that I'm going to putting in. I prepped them up, got them all ready for welding. Next step is to clean that guy up and set it up so we can weld it. We welded this up, we let it cool down. Now it's good to go. I'm gonna clean it same way as I cleaned the last one. I'm gonna clean it with some fluid, run it through a couple of times, turn it and drain the fluid a couple of times, and then fill it up and seal her up and put her back in. Alright guys, the welded diff is ready. I'm about to put it back in the car. And yeah, that's it. Alright guys, I'm all dirty. Diff's in the car. Chirps like a charm. Everything's done. It's good to go, all buttoned up. As you can see, there's a bit of evidence of the welded diff. Unfortunately, I can't go try this out right now because I got things to do and I have too many tickets in my name. Can't afford to get caught, so you too, stay safe, whatever you do. Anyway, I hope this helps someone, and if it doesn't, whatever, this is what I did. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Later, guys.